Okay, today's the 1st of August, 2023. Purple martin season has pretty much come to a close. I got like 3 pairs here still that are bringing their young back, maybe 4 or 5. There's some in the front yard, and there's a couple here in the back. You can hear 1 or 2 of them going. But what I wanted to do, this was I made an earlier video of this when I put it up in the spring, back in May, when it was sleeting and freezing out. I didn't get any birds nesting in the house itself, but I did get a nest on one of the gourds, which is kind of typical when you introduce new housing to a Martin County. The first year you might get one pair or 2 pairs, but next year you'll get a lot more activity. But what I want to do is make some modifications. So I've been playing around with a couple things, and I just thought I would show this. All right, so this is a Troyer tunnel. All right, and this is to keep the starlings out. That particular hole keeps the starlings out. So I'm debating whether using these. My friend that made these, he did a real good job. I mean, he really, not only did he glue these things in or silicone them in, but he pop riveted them in. And I don't want to tear it all out because I think it's going to weaken the integrity of it. This is not really heavy gauged aluminum. So my plan was just to add holes. And this, I think this is the most starling proof hole there is this one here. This is what they call a bell-shaped Conley hole, and this is not widely used because this is only being used out of northeast Indiana. This isn't available anywhere else. So it'd be great if I could just cut a new hole and just glue this in there, but I don't like this distance between the little gap. When I make these things, when I put them on the Martin house, I make them about I put them like this. I put them like this so the Martins can get in them easier. And they always have to have a porch. So what I'm planning on doing is using this PVC coupling. See this thing here? I think this is kind of where Troyer got his idea from, to be honest with you, complete with a little ramp down here. And what I'm going to do is put these on here. Now here, let's move it down here. Works a little better. All right. So what I plan on doing is putting this here and cutting this to size to stick inside there. All right. So it's going to go. You can see these little tiny corners here. I'm going to cut this thing to fit exactly in there and just screw it in. And then what I want to do is just cut some ridges on here so the birds can grab on. They'll perch here and they'll move over and go in here. Or I'll push it in like this. One or the other, I haven't decided. Either way, it'll work. It's probably going to go like that. So I'm going to cut this to size, stick it in there. That's going to be my project before it gets too cold and I can't use my hands. So I just got to figure out the cost effectiveness of what this is plus these versus what these are standalone. I mean, truth be told, these are just easier to buy and just screw on and be done with it. But remains to be seen. Now the other thing I did is I pulled out a nesting tray. These all have nesting trays, as you can see. And I'm going to make some artificial nests to fit in for these nesting trays out of styrofoam, and because these are so much wider than normal, what I'm probably going to do is I will I will make the nest bowl kitty corner from the entrance hole, because when you have these really big compartments, what I've noticed, yeah, man, I should just take one of these things out. Let me do this. Let me do this so I can explain it a little better. Yeah, this is how it comes out. And then there's a little piece of aluminum, and you kind of lift up on this, lift up on the roof, like, and just pull it off like that. So let me explain how this works. So these are bigger than normal compartments. They're, I don't know how deep they are. I think they're more than a foot, to be honest with you. But when you have the hole in these big compartments, if you notice, the holes are offset. So what will happen is the martin will go in through this hole, the martins will go in there, and they'll make their nest in the furthest distance from the hole. So what they do is they'll make the nest in the corner opposite the hole, if you know what I'm talking about. So when I make the artificial nest, I'll make the nest bowl, instead of just putting it smack dab in the middle, I will make it so it's there in the corner. That'll fit in the corner, and that way they'll feel safer from being messed up by predators. So back in the days when I used to band martins and I used to go to my friend's house, every single one of those compartments would be filled, every single one of them. And I'll never forget the first time I went and banded birds by him. I might have been 90, probably 2000, maybe 2001. I was there all day. I remember, I think I used to band about 600 babies at his place. So anyway, the gourds worked out. I'm excited for next year. And I'll have plenty to do over the winter, keep me busy. So I'm looking forward to it. Till next time.